What's up, guys? So we have 4 characters already for DLC for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and at least 4 more to come. Bandai Namco have said there will be no fewer than 8 downloadable characters for Dragon Ball FighterZ included in the Fighter Pass. So we don't know who they are. There are some rumors, but we don't know exactly who they're going to be. But I'm hoping that we get an announcement soon. My real hope here is that since CEO is this weekend, and that's the first stop on the Dragon Ball FighterZ Pro Tour, that we might get an announcement there, but who knows. But anyway, since we don't know who's coming, and we'll probably be getting an announcement before too long, I thought today would be a good opportunity to do my top 5 characters that I want added as DLC to Dragon Ball FighterZ. So let's jump right into the list, guys. So the first DLC character I've got here is pretty much the only relevant Saiyan from original Dragon Ball Z that is not included so far, and that's Raditz. So Raditz is pretty much the first Saiyan you meet at the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z. So I think it would be cool for him to be added. He doesn't do a ton in the anime. I mean, he's got a couple decent fights, that you could maybe draw some moves from. But I think, if you go to the manga, I think they could really find some cool stuff. It just seems kind of like a bit of a gap here that, we've got Vegeta, Nappa, Goku, all that stuff, but we don't have Raditz. So I would like to see Raditz added. I think he could be cool. And considering the Saiyan Saga is probably my favorite sort of plot arc from Dragon Ball Z in the anime, I think he would be a really cool character to be added. Next up, we've got Kid Goku. I think Kid Goku would be really cool. I'm envisioning Goku from the original Dragon Ball, the anime and the manga, to be clear. Not necessarily Dragon Ball GT Kid Goku. I don't think a lot of people really care for Dragon Ball GT. But Dragon Ball Goku, I think, would be really cool. I know a lot of people don't like how many Gokus are already in the game, but I think Kid Goku could be, sufficiently different. They could give him stuff like the Nyoibo, the power pole thing that he could slap people with, the ever-lengthening pole thing that he has in Dragon Ball. They could give him the Nimbus. Maybe he could fly around. Maybe give him a flight mode similar to Zamasu, where he flies on the Nimbus. I think that could be really cool. And there's just so much content to go to from original Dragon Ball that they could look for inspiration for what his special moves and his supers and stuff could be. And maybe even he could have a super where he turns into the Great Ape, because for most of Dragon Ball he still has his tail, and that comes up a few times where he transforms into the ape. So I think that could be really good. Dragon Ball, the manga, I'm actually reading through the manga right now, and I'm enjoying it so much. I think it's so cool. I love the sense of humor, so I would love to see sort of a nod to the original Dragon Ball back before Dragon Ball Z was even a thing. So I would love to see Kid Goku added. I think he could be really cool. Next up at number 3, a character I'd like to see added is Hercule, aka Mr. Satan in the Japanese version. He would be really funny, I think. In a lot of the Dragon Ball Z fighting games, like Budokai and stuff, you can play as Hercule. I think that it would be cool to have more funny characters. Most of the characters in the game right now are like super serious. They're like the most powerful beings in the galaxy or whatever. So I think it would be cool to just have some funny guys to break it up a little bit. And I don't necessarily think he would have to be like a joke character like Dan. I think they could give him some stuff. It might be a problem if, he ends up being, like, top tier, but I definitely think they could give him some stuff and make him cool and fun to play and still keep it, balanced in the sense that, it feels like you're not playing as a Super Saiyan. It feels like you're playing as just a regular guy, kind of like what you get with characters like Krillin and Yamcha, that kind of thing. So Hercule would be really cool. I think they could give him some comedy stuff, some nods to the funny parts of the show. Maybe just kind of imply that he's scared of whoever he's fighting. He doesn't really want to be there. I think it would be really funny to have a character like that. So Hercule, aka Mr. Satan, I think would be a really cool character. So coming in at number 4, I think probably the most difficult character for them to make in terms of like finding inspiration for moves and stuff. But I think Bulma would be a really cool character who I would like to see added. So first of all, there's only 2 women in the game right now, Android 21 and Android 18. And I know that's just kind of an issue with Dragon Ball Z. They're just most of the characters that are actually moving the plot forward are all men. But I would love to see a little bit more variety in terms of the cast. And I think they could do some interesting things with Bulma. You know, she could be more of like a comedic character, kind of like Hercule. Maybe they could give her something where she throws capsules, similar to someone like Faust in Guilty Gear or like Teddy in Persona Arena. Maybe she could throw a capsule and have like a motorcycle come out or something, or a car or a house or whatever. Maybe like Dio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where he can drop a steamroller on your head. Maybe something similar from Bulma, I think, could be funny. It might be hard to justify how she can like super dash and vanish and stuff, but you know, they have like contrivances in the plot that kind of explain how characters like Yamcha are able to compete with characters like Beerus. So I don't think it would be too out of the question to do that with Bulma as well. So I think it would be cool, like I was saying, more sort of not super overpowered in the lore characters. Not everybody needs to be like the ultimate fighter being in the world. We can have some funny stuff too. I think that would be interesting, so I would like to see Bulma added to the game as well. And so here, the fifth character that I would like to see added, this seems like a pretty common request. I would love Master Roshi added to the game, man. Master Roshi is so cool. Pretty much, he taught the characters in Dragon Ball, like, all the cool moves came from Master Roshi. I think it would be really cool to see him added. We could also get some comedy elements. You know, Master Roshi, one of the funniest characters, one of my favorite characters, just because he's such a goofball. He's such, like, a weird pervert. I think you could make the game funnier in a lot of ways, while still having a lot of cool moves to choose from. There's such a backlog of fights and stuff that he's been in from Dragon Ball Z, but especially original Dragon Ball. Stuff like when he dressed as Jackie Chun. You know, you could take stuff from those fights. I think it could be really cool. Plus, he could have an install super where he transforms and gets like super muscular. I think that would be badass too. So I love Master Roshi. I would love to see the Turtle Hermit added to the game. I think it would be really funny and really interesting. So anyway, that's going to close it out for the list, guys. Let me know what you think. What characters would you like to see added? Are there any that I missed? Maybe some characters from DB's Super. I know I didn't really include any DB Super characters here, but I think it could be cool. So let me know what you think, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you want a link to other videos from me, you can click the 2 links right here, or you can become a subscriber to always see my new channels, or become a patron to help support the channel and keep things going. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.